says what?
You have 30 seconds remaining. All right. Now flip it back over and let's do the no side. Last spring, North Dakota enacted a very restrictive law that prohibits anyone younger than 14 from using tanning salons at all, and requires 14 to 17-year-olds to have a notarized permission slip from a parent or guardian to use tanning facilities. I oppose this new law because it restricting teenagers' access to tanning salons is an unreasonable level of government interference in the lives of young people. I went ahead and underlined unreasonable level of government interference because this is a major issue going on right now in American politics. This is something that a lot of people are really focused on. I'm talking about the government involvement with the citizens within the United States. In addition, the debate over the tanning law raises a larger issue for me. Should the government be monitoring what citizens do on a daily basis? We need to step back and take a look at the big picture. I believe that the more freedoms and rights we take away from our youth, the more defiant and rebellious they will become in response. So there, I underline that as well, because if I'm trying to say that teens should not be banned, this is actually a pretty decent reason. If I take away freedoms and rights from teenagers, they may become rebellious or defiant or do what they want anyway. The government's knee-jerk reaction to every problem seems to be regulate more, increase fines, or use punishment as the answer to unwanted behavior. I believe education is a better approach than regulation in this instance. And I went ahead and underlined this as well because this author is stating that we don't need laws, we just need to educate. So maybe that's something I could use as well. If we educate young people about the potential dangers of tanning, I believe they will make smart, informed decisions for themselves. Changing the law does not change the perceptions of young people. As long as teenagers believe that tanning makes them look more attractive, and as long as they're unaware of the potential health risks, they'll continue to find a way to use tanning salons regardless of the law. That's why I think that state laws that restrict teens' access to tanning facilities are the wrong approach. So what I'd like you to do is do the same thing again. You're going to turn that over and summarize the no section in your T-chart. You got 1:30 to do it.
Can you make it loud? Come on,
You could say that UV, no matter where it comes from, it causes cancer. Noise. All right. So what we're going to look at now is this idea, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. One of the things we're going to look at is, with this idea of rebuttal, why did we just make a T-chart? So Jeremy, what's the purpose of a rebuttal? Do you remember?
Give your opinion on what you think that should happen.
Sort of. It is a little bit of you giving your opinion, but what, Ishmael?
Given evidence, why do you think that one is wrong for church?
Yes. What the rebuttal is a paragraph where we say what the other side believes, why they believe it, and why they're wrong. Actually, why do we want to say what the other side believes and then prove it wrong?
To make them understand us.
What did you say?
Why is it important for us to point out what the other side says and then prove it wrong? Well, think about it. You're trying to, let's say, persuade me that teens should be banned from tanning salons. Why is it important to say that some people believe that they should be banned, but they tell me that those people are wrong? Well, not only do we get input from both sides, but if I take the input from the other side and prove it wrong, what have I done, Lon?
You're going to make your argument better than others.
Perfect. It makes your argument better. Instead of it being me and Ishmael just getting into a conversation saying, well, here's my side, here's your side, and be done, what it actually becomes is, I'm going to give you my side, I'm going to take his side, prove it wrong, so he doesn't even have an opportunity.
But what if you're wrong and he's right?
Well, that comes down to personal opinion, doesn't it? But that's okay. When we talk about arguments, that's what an argument is. It's a presentation of beliefs and facts trying to persuade somebody. So, how do you write the rebuttal? Well, you guys have seen this before. You have seen this before. But I do want to go back over it. The S will be your statement, what the other side believes. Some people say that teens should be banned from tanning salons because, and then you respond by saying, however, they are wrong because. And then you fill in the rest.
I got a question.
Yes, sir?
So the S, we put the opposite of what we're trying to say, and then we go back and say what we want to say. Like, for example, if I was saying no, I would say some people want tanning beds to be banned. However, some people want them to be.
However, they are wrong because. Okay? We're actually going to take a look at this one right now. Take a look at this paper. It looks like this. Here's what I want to point out. And I'm actually going to ask you guys to copy down my model in 1 second. But let's say this is my claim. Let's say I'm trying to persuade you that all cities should have mandatory recycling to help the environment. That's my claim. So the rebuttal might look something like this. Some people believe that there shouldn't be a recycling program. However, there should be because it will make your community look nicer. So what I've done is I've said what the other side believes, and I've said why they're wrong. Okay, so go ahead and copy down my model, and this is going to be basically what would be the S of SREE for the rebuttal. Your job in the next 5 minutes is to do the second and third one. Remember that when we talk about the rebuttal, we're not asking you to prove the other side, which a lot of people have been trying to do today. You're not proving the other side. Rather, what you're doing is saying what the other side believes, why they believe it, and why they're wrong. You may work together. You have 5 minutes to do it with your groups. Oh, yes. Your 5 minutes begins.
I got this one. Oh, and I got, yeah.
Shh. All right, guys, time's up.
There's a typo.
Time's up. So, who thinks, for number 2, who thinks they got it?
You gonna read it? I'm not.
Put it up.
What are you doing?
Turn it up here.
Oh, I thought you said who's gonna say it out loud. I didn't say turn it in.
Can I put it up there? Do you think
Oh,
you did a
you
good
need to
job?
put it up? Yeah. Sure.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, look up here. Let's see if Ishmael, let's see if he accomplished what he needs.
Mine is the first one.
Well, we're working on the second. Some people believe that schools shouldn't spend more time and money teaching children art, music, and drama than they do currently. But they should because...
See, I wasn't done.
Why should they?
Because it's going to help students succeed in life. Have a better future.
How about this? Will help students be more well-rounded.
Yeah, I like it.
You like that word? Yeah. Okay. Take a look at what Ishmael/me/his group did. Do we acknowledge what the other side believes?
Yes.
Yep. We say that they say we shouldn't spend that money. Do we say why they believe that?
Yes.
No.
No. Now, I kind of set you guys up on that one because I didn't do that in my model either. But the one thing I want us to start seeing is what you want to do is actually say why they believe what they do. And it should be related to what's said here. So, let's take a second. Why would somebody say we shouldn't be spending that time or that money?
Because it's a waste of time.
Oh, go ahead.
Why
Because
they
it's a waste of
shouldn't?
time.
And that's time that could be spent doing what?
Learning other stuff.
Learning like math and science and English, like these core subjects, right? So take a look at, or listen to how this would sound. Some people believe that schools shouldn't spend more time and money teaching children art, music, and drama because it would take time away from other studies. However, they should teach it because it will help students be more well-rounded.
Yeah, not all kids is gonna need that.
Right. Not all students will need it. And by adding in that reason and then saying why that reason is wrong, it takes away their argument before they even have a chance. Okay? But that being said, well done, Ishmael.
So can you use mine for the third one?
I can use yours.
I don't know if you can read it or not. Can you read it?
Yep.
Alright.
Okay. Let's look up here. Some people say we shouldn't have independent reading, but we should because it excels your reading level and reading understanding. Does Sarah here say what people believe? What the other side believes?
No.
Some people say we shouldn't have independent reading. Doesn't that say that?
Yeah.
Does she say that?
Yeah.
Yes. Does she tell us why they believe that?
Nope.
No, but that's okay because I set you guys up for that. Does she give us a reason why her idea is better?
Yeah.
Okay. Did she actually begin her S in a way that makes sense with her claim.
No.
Look at her claim. Claim says independent reading should be stopped.
It should.
And then she says here, some people say we shouldn't have independent reading. Isn't that saying the same thing?
Yes.
So the rebuttal, in this case, should have said some people believe that we should have independent reading because it would excel your reading level in reading understanding.
But you did the opposite.
She did the opposite on accident. Now, all she had to do was really change shouldn't to should. Okay, it was a simple mistake. But again, simple mistakes are the ones that kill us. So, now we've had an opportunity, guys, to take a look at rebuttals. Now we get into competition time.
I got a question.
Not yet.
You said not yet.
Yep.
Okay.
So, do me a favor, please. Excuse me.
We got another rebuttal sheet.
Excuse me. Go back to your original article. Back to the original article, the one about tanning.
I try to stop it.
Now, I need, this isn't going to work perfectly. I need people to be in either pairs or in threes. So if you guys want to stay how you currently are, that's fine. Okay, but everybody should get either in pairs or threes. So you got 10 seconds to do it.
Everybody's already went there.
I didn't know if somebody wanted to.
It is like us, though.
All right,
Please, come on.
you're in a three.
I know. I want the three.
Excuse me, what did you say?
What?
Here we go.
What y'all waiting for, guys? Come on, move.
No, they're good. They're in threes. Twos, threes, twos.
Come on. I'm not going to move.
All right, here we go. I need each group, each member of each group, to take either a number 1 or a number 2. If you're in a group of 3, 2 people can be 1 or 2 people can be 2. Okay? So everybody take a 1 or a 2.
What's 1 and 2?
Just do it.
I pick 1, 2.
I hate you. Why you pick 2?
Just do it like you said. He didn't kill you.
All right. Here's why you did that. Take a look at your article. If you chose 2, you are saying yes. You are saying you believe that tanning beds tanning beds and tanning salons should be illegal for teenagers. If you chose 1, you are on the no side. You are saying that you believe that teenagers should be allowed to go tanning. I'm going to put 10 minutes on the clock. Excuse me? It is going to be individual, your responsibility. Ooh, not what I wanted to do.
That's pretty.
It will be your responsibility to create a rebuttal based on your side. So, for example, raise your hand if you were 2. Okay, Timmy's a 2. Timmy believes that there should be a law against teens tanning in tanning beds. So, his S would say, some people believe that teens should not be banned because, and then he'll tell why that's wrong. So what you're doing is creating a rebuttal based on the side that you have chosen. You can do it on any piece of paper. You are doing more than the statement. You are doing S, R, E, and E. So it's one paragraph, 4 to 6 sentences. So you have 10 minutes on your own. By on your own, I mean we're not talking to each other.
To tell why we, whatever number we have.
I'll come over to you in 2 seconds here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
What is that?
Later. Excuse me, because I got people asking me questions, so listen one more time. If you are a 2, you believe that teens should be banned from tanning salons, and you will write a rebuttal based on that claim. So you would say some people believe that teens should not be banned. If you are 1, you're writing from the claim that teens should not be banned. So your rebuttal would begin with, some people believe that teens should be banned. All right. We got 10 minutes.
Hi, Ms. Reese. This is Tom.
I think it's a little fetched, but yes. I don't think skin cancer or tanning beds are going to lead to civil war.
Yeah, well, I'm saying it.
I know what you're saying.
The government is interfering too much with the government.
Sarah, I understand what you're saying. I'm saying I disagree with you. That doesn't make your argument right. Everything's good. The only thing you haven't done is told me the connection between the government helping teenagers.
Sorry?
Give me your rebuttal. How is the government helping teenagers? All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. What I would like us to look at now are these 2 questions. Because here's the thing. Tomorrow, when you spend first, second, and advisory taking a practice on demand test in the big gym, for real, tomorrow, I've been saying it since last week. What I'm going to ask you guys to remember is that we need to look at some rebuttals, and we need to make sure that we're adding everything in them that we need to. Now, I'm skipping the competition part because we just don't have time. Okay? Because I want to make sure we have this conversation, and I want to make sure you get your exit slip done. So, what I am going to do is I'm going to first read Carlos's because I think it exemplifies some things that we need to talk about. And then I'm going to ask to see if anybody else believes they nailed it as well. 2 things to keep in mind. What are we seeing that's successful? And more importantly, what are we seeing or not seeing that would allow us to be better on our rebuttals tomorrow? It might not be about what Carlos did right, but it might be what he didn't do, or anybody else for that matter. So, everybody listen. Many people believe that teens should be banned from tanning salons because of the harm that tanning could cause. However, I think it shouldn't be banned because I think that teens are smart enough to know what problems tanning can cause, and it's their choice to do it because they want to do it. I think we should let them because it's not harming anyone else for tanning. For example, if they ban teens from tanning salons, teens could become disrespectful to their parents and rebellious. This example shows that it's not a good idea to ban teens from tanning for the reactions of teens over the problem, which could lead to other worse reactions.
Good.
So let's talk about some things. Did he identify the other side's belief?
Yes.
He sure did. He said many people believe that teens should be banned. Does he tell why people believe that?
Yes.
No.
He actually did. Many people believe that teens should be banned from tanning salons because of the harm that tanning could cause. Does he say why he disagrees with that?
Yes.
Sure did. He says, however, I think it should be banned because I think that teens are smart enough to know the problems. Does he give us an example?
Yes.
He did. But listen to his example again and try to figure out my issue with it. For example, if they ban teens from tanning salons, teens could become disrespectful to their parents and become rebellious.
They don't care about them doing smart with their parents. They're trying to tell them to harm them, but don't say about them.
Okay? However, if you look at the no side of that article, it clearly says that if we put restrictions on teenagers, they might become rebellious. So we know that that part of it's okay. But what did he not do?
He didn't.
Say it again? I thought you were going to say something else. So it's partially true. He does have a second. Let me ask you this. What is the connection? What is the connection between teens being banned from tanning salons and teens being rebellious? Is there a logical connection there?
Yep.
No, close.
Not really. It'd be like me saying, you're not allowed to go to the supermarket. And you're like, well, fine, I'm going to do whatever that guy wants. It's a weird jump. It doesn't quite flow. What Carlos was trying to say was what was written
About the laws.
in the article saying that if we restrict teenagers, legally they may become defiant. So how could Carlos have
That's what I was trying to
improved?
say when I was talking about the parents.
Gotcha. How could Carlos have improved his example? He could have done what?
Explain more about.
I want the actual, just the example.
Use a different reason.
I want just the example. How could he have changed his example?
By showing how they would take the big stuff. You said.
Nope. That's the explanation. How could he have changed his example?
I use a different reason. Like reason.
No,
Like,
yeah.
instead of saying rebuttal, like using a different way that they said it.
Carlos, tell me this, and I want everybody to listen. Where did you get that idea from? That teens could become rebellious. So why didn't you quote that article? This is my point. Look at the bottom of the article on the no side. Who wrote it?
Hey, God, that.
A senator. Who sounds more reliable or more like an authority? Carlos or a United States senator?
United States Senate.
A United States senator. Here's how I would have improved this. Instead of paraphrasing it into Carlos's own words, I believe Carlos should have just quoted the article. It's right there for you. And if you say that the senator said it, it makes it sound more believable. It's an ethos argument. Okay? Two things I want you to remember tomorrow about rebuttal. Number one, make sure your rebuttal is not proving the other side. A lot of people say, well, if I'm talking about the other side, I'm proving the other side. That's not what a rebuttal does. A rebuttal says what the other side is and then proves it wrong. The second thing I want to make sure you do, make sure your evidence supports what you're trying to say, and make sure you explain, the whole 9 yards, guys, because a lot of people don't like that second E. So, your exit slip for today. Your exit slip for today. This paper right here. It's the one that says counter argument at the top.
So we make a.
Just please listen. Number one, you're going to read the article. And I'm telling you right now that this article is ridiculous. It is made up. It is meant to be funny and stupid and weird. Just remember, Ms. Gavin wrote it, not me, so you can decide what that means. Secondly, when you get to the back, you have two boxes there. SREE for argument and SREE for counter argument. You need to decide A through H. Where do those go?
You write that in the box.
You write the letters in the box. So you read the article, then you read the directions, and then fill out the boxes. This is due to me in the tray before you leave today. This is all we're doing. So go ahead and begin. You need to decide what your argument is.
Yeah, read this. That letter up. I want to know which got put it on where you go. Sound. Cada algo de